right. I think we're live, folks. What's up, everybody? This is your host, Rob Barrington, and only your host, Rob Barrington, this week. And next week, it's going to be me versus the robots. So, Anam, and tomorrow morning, it'll be me solo as well, because we have a lot of USPF stuff going on. And all of our guys are just playing a whole bunch of bridge. So that is a lot of work for them. So this is a nice, a little bit of time off from just their duties on the tournament circuit of YouTube, but they have to play real bridge now. So welcome, everybody, and I'm going to be asking you guys a lot of questions as we go forward. We're playing a challenge of 8 boards versus a robot. These are awesome because you can just run into bridge base, click on challenge in the home screen there, and you can set this up for yourself. And the robot gives a pretty decent challenge, pretty much. And actually, I have to get out of this one because I didn't mean to start a challenge without you guys. So let's start this, and I can actually show you challenge a robot. You won't be able to see my whole screen, but I'm going to create a challenge there. And I believe this is the newest one. And boom. Okay. Now we have a fresh hand here. I haven't bid it without you. And we can jump right in to play this IMPs challenge versus this robot. We're going to play 8 boards. We're going to see where we end up at the end. These are interesting because you don't get that live result right away. We have to wait till the very end, so we won't necessarily know how we're doing, other than we can kind of gauge what our results will look like as far as what we bid and what the optimum spot would be. And take a look at this first hand, guys. We have a really nice 18 count with 5-4 in the majors. You don't want to be too aggressive with this and go anywhere but one spade, and we'll see what we end up doing on the way back. So we're just going to open one spade. And we see our partner bids 1 no trump. So let's ask the audience here. What do you guys want to do with this hand? You opened a spade, partner bid 1 no trump. What kind of call are you going to make here? It's interesting. There's a couple ways you could go. Make your call here when you open a spade and partner bids a no trump. This no trump bid is understood to be what's called semi-forcing. Okay, it's not, even if you play forcing no trump, this is not 100% forcing because North is a passed hand, right? If North hadn't passed, I still like to play a semi-forcing no trump anyway. However, if you play a straight forcing no trump, then South is more obligated to bid here. So the question is, what do we bid with this hand? David, you bring up something very nice. The 2-heart bid, the range for that is probably like 12 to 18 or 12 to 17. And that's because we're bidding a new suit, and it could be around that high. 3 hearts, which some of you are bidding here, is a jump shift, which is kind of close to the strength you're looking at here, right? This is a solid 18, and you think you probably want to be game forcing opposite partners 1 no trump bid, but it's very close. 2 no trump is very reasonable. It's 18-19 balanced. The problem with 2 hearts, even though it is kind of in that range of opening bids, we're playing imps, and these are games where we definitely don't want to miss, right? So, and the robot isn't the greatest at kind of evaluating their invitational sequences, so making some sort of stronger bid is probably a little bit better in the long run when you have a robot partner. So here, I would be torn between 2 no trump and 3 hearts. The problem with 2 no trump is if partner has a 4-card heart holding, they might give some check back here, but you can't guarantee it. You might miss your heart fit, and this is kind of a semi-balanced hand. But I mean, with partner holding something reasonable in some of those minor suits, we might just take 9 tricks and no trump. So it's really kind of a toss-up between that. So I am not going to make these toss-up decisions alone. So I am going to force you guys to make your bid, and I'm going to commit to that, right? And I think this is a pretty good spot. We could go either way. So I'm going to give you the community question of, do you want to bid 2 no trump, showing 18-19 balanced, which is semi-balanced here, or do you want to jump shift and bid 3 hearts? I am not totally against 2 hearts, but I'm just leaving that out because we're going to put on our bidding shoes for this show, right? So, yeah, exactly. David, this is nice. Magic 8-ball time. You guys are my Magic 8-ball, though. You're way better than that. It's not random. You're going to give me some good advice here, and I'm going to give you guys a chance to do that. And I'm going to take your advice. And yeah, Ted, you're right. Sometimes the robot does go overboard, but the cool thing about this is that they're a passed hand, right? So they're never going to go totally nuts if you make a jump shift here, right? Because they really can't have an opening hand, right? They actually passed. Sam, good question. 2 hearts, not forcing, right? It is 12 to 17 or 12 to even 18-ish in situations where you're kind of stuck for a rebid and you're not quite strong enough. And here, in a realistic sense, I would probably, and now that everybody is bidding three hearts, so we're going to bid 3 hearts. 81% of the field is doing so. You'll see the results in the chat in just a second. So we'll bid 3 hearts, but in a real sense, I would probably rebid 2 no, I guess. I don't know. I don't love jump shifting with only 18. I'd like to have kind of a really solid 19 or something a little bit more unbalanced, but here, we are going to bid 3 hearts, and we're going to see what the robot does. And okay, great. It sounds like we found our heart fit, which I don't know if we would be guaranteed to find if we bid 2 no trump. And let's mark this off, guys. Let's check what the robot does on this board, on board number 1, when we see the results. Take a look at what we buy from dummy. Not too shabby, right? I guess if we bid 2 no, it'll be interesting. If they kick it into 3 no, think about a club lead or even a diamond lead, really. The 2 most likely leads. Now, you might have some trouble in no trump if you don't get to take all these tricks, whereas hearts looks like it's a little bit safer. So take a moment, folks. They're leading a trump. Let's kind of plan some play here while I do the same, and let's try to get out to a big lead against the robot. We're playing game on board number 1. We'll see what they do. The interesting part of this hand is if you bid 2 hearts, take a look at what North is going to do. They're going to pass, right? And you'll play 2 hearts, right? So if the robot kind of went a little bit low, we might be way ahead, but I would guess here you would probably have seen a stronger rebid by this South player. I mean, either 2 no or 3 hearts. So this one, the first thing I would look at is what are my losers, first of all? And I see that I might have quite a few spade losers in my hand, but we can see maybe a remedy for that relatively quickly. Also, looks like I have 1 diamond loser and 1 club loser. Right, so what my job here would be is to try to avoid spade losers, basically, or really, more to the point, try to set spades up. And we can do that in a few different ways, but really, I'm probably just going to do something like this, right? We'll win this heart. It doesn't really, oh, whoa. Okay, now we're dealing with a totally different animal here. Now we see that our left-hand opponent has 5 hearts, right? So we're getting a 5-0 break, which is not, it's nice to figure that out at trick 1, actually. So this is actually pretty good. We actually found a way to find our 5-0 break relatively early. But let's now reconsider, because now maybe setting up spades isn't going to be the greatest, because we can't even draw enough trump to get our left-hand opponent out of trump, right? So here we now understand that lefty has more hearts than we do. So let's think of maybe a way we can play this to take the maximum number of tricks from our perspective. And here, you're not guessing a lot of things are breaking evenly, because right-hand opponent has a void. Okay, they're void in this heart suit. So we are thinking of a few ways to take some tricks. And if we're not going to be able to draw trump, what do you think a good way to maybe take some extra tricks in general might be? And David, this is very nice. David is suggesting maybe lefty should have doubled. I would doubt it, because think about their heart holding. They have 9/5 of hearts, right? They have 9 as their highest. So even though they understand they might have more trumps than we do, they don't necessarily know they can beat this. And honestly, we might not go down, right? We might have a chance to actually make this. So what we'd really like to do is be playing winning spades out of our hand while lefty has to trump. So drawing trump was their strategy, and it's a good one for them. We want to do a couple of things. We would like to trump spades and dummy, or at least maybe set up spades and just start playing them and force them to rough to our left. But we're also going to have to kind of find ways to rough some cards from that side over in our hand, right? So we really want to try to use the trumps individually if possible. And it looks like, with right-hand opponent being short in hearts, they would rate to kind of be longer in the other suits. But if spades are breaking relatively evenly, we might have a good chance of getting some tricks here. So Ted is saying let's play the ace of spades. I don't mind that. Also, at some point we're going to have to shorten our hand in one of those minor suits to get back and forth. But here, I'm all for just kind of seeing what's happening in this spade suit. But first, let's win this 8 of hearts. And now we'll play a spade. We're not going to take the finesse because we only have 2 spades in dummy. Right, so here, very nice, right? We love that left-hand opponent has at least 2 of these spades. And now here they go. They're pitching their diamond. So what I want to do in these cases, especially when they start pitching away losers, they have 5 hearts. They started with 2 spades. So what else do they have? Well, in these situations, when they are known to have a 5-card suit, they're usually going to be 5-3-3-2. But again, this shape is kind of weird around the table, so not necessarily always going to happen. Here, we kind of just want to get short in these minor suits and trump one more spade and maybe get a little bit of a rough with this 6 of hearts in our own hand. So at this point, I'm going to cash the ace of diamonds just because I don't want them to pitch another one when I lead a spade later, and maybe we don't get that trick. And then I'm just going to play ace of clubs, and I'm just going to exit a club. And I don't mind if lefty wins this. Yeah, this isn't too bad. Here comes the 9 of hearts, which we are going to win in the dummy. And let's take a second. How many tricks do we have right now, guys? It's right above me. We have 7 tricks. What format of scoring are we playing? We're playing imps, which means, this is very important, if you're new to imps, you're just playing match points, we don't really care about over tricks too often, okay? We just want to get to our contract and make it, especially when that contract is game. So can you guys see a way that we can make this kind of no matter what's going on here? What should we play from the dummy right now? Make your play. Make this hand with me. What card are we playing from that dummy over there? We're leading from the north hand. What card do we want to play from this hand towards this? Yeah, good. So we've set up this position all along. We talked about it originally. We're trying to take our trumps individually, right? Because we know we would love to have drawn trump and played spades, but that option was gone at trick 1, right? So here, it is simply let's get our trumps on the table individually as quickly as we can. If we play a diamond, they can win a trick and draw trump, especially if West wins. So we have to play a club. We're going to rough it. And then we just get to play a spade and rough it with the king. Left-hand opponent can do whatever they want. We've scored that 9th trick, and now we have the 10th trick with this ace in our hand. And look at that. They actually had to just trump or pitch. It doesn't make any difference. They have to trump this one and lead a trump to our ace, and we will take that 10th trick. So not the worst start there, plus 420 for us. And take a look. You can see these hands just would never be bidding anything when we take a look at these results, right? Pass, pass, righty has a 6 count, basically. And for a hand that had a void, it was relatively evenly distributed. They were 5-3-3-2 to our left. And here we just get a 5-0 break, but really, if we just play carefully, we'll take the most number of tricks, which is 10. We might even be able to take more if we wanted to get super risky, but here we don't have to. We just have to make this thing. All right, sweet. Not too shabby to start, folks. Robot is in trouble tonight, I think, with our play. Good bids, guys. We actually got the game, which was excellent. Your jump shift got us there. Let's make our bid now. I'm going to poll the audience. Once again, you're playing with me. What are we bidding with this one? We're with the robots. It's kind of like a mixed bag. We want the robot to do well that's sitting in the north chair, for sure. But we want the robots that are east and west to not do so well, right? At least at this table. The Davids agree. Nice. It's nice when the Davids agree in the chat. That's good. When we're having David on David crime in the chat, it's no good. All right, so my book reads this as 1 no trump always. It is strong enough to open 1 no trump. I would treat this as a 15-17 hand, and this is more of the modern style with hands like this that are very good 14s that also have good 5-card suits. We are just going to upgrade this to 15, and we're going to open a no trump. I know you might not like your minors. And I agree. I don't like your minors either. But we're balanced, and I'm going to rate it as this. And I will just say that in a robot sense, right? When we're playing a robot tournament on bridge base, especially opening one no trump is especially on hands that don't necessarily have 15, is usually a winner, basically. Even in these cases where you might be somewhat open in the minors, it doesn't mean you're playing one no trump either. You might even play one of your majors for all you know. And here, check that out. Partner is transferring you into hearts, which means you have a 10-card heart fit. And whoa, this is weird because this might be amazing for us. What is the auction maybe going to be if we open a heart and especially if left-hand opponent takes action? What's our partner going to do with their hand? Take a look. I mean, I'm not saying that you guys that are opening a heart are doing anything terribly wrong, by the way. I don't want you to get that, feeling. If you had 15, I would say you're doing something definitely wrong. But when you have a good 14, it's okay to upgrade, and it gets you to an auction that you're very comfortable with. And here I love when I see dummies like this, because a lot of times it might go one heart, 4 hearts, or even 1 heart, something 3 hearts as a preemptive raise. And 3 hearts might be too high on this one, because take a look. We're going to lose 3 clubs and 2 diamonds pretty much no matter what we do, unless something happens in spades, which will give them the opportunity to help us in spades, but I don't think we're going to take it here. We might only take 8 tricks on this, in fact, very likely, and we avoided being higher. So one no trump ended up being a winner system-wise for us, I think, and we'll see that result afterwards. So let's play this heart, and this one will go very quickly, guys. What's up with this? Our trumps are breaking 0 every hand. At least it's only a 3-0 break this time. My God, what's happening tonight? The robot has it in for us here. All right, so at this point, we could just claim, basically. We can claim 8 tricks. We've drawn 3 rounds of trump. It doesn't look like we have anything amazing to do to make this, and we certainly don't want to go down. So the only thing we might see is like someone drop a singleton queen. If we don't see that, we'll just rough a spade and claim. And here we're just happy to make it, right? We're going to go plus. There's nothing we can do tactically to take care of these losers, right? So we just claim, okay, we'll take 2 more tricks, I believe. Is that right? That gets us to 8, and we'll give them 5. We'll take 2+ scores to start this one off. All right, so, I mean, another one that we'll be interested to see the result of. Take a look at this hand now. Ooh, nice 17 count, 6-card spade suit. We're going to open 1 spade. And we will see where we end up. We end up playing 1 spade. Yeah, let's hope we're not getting a 5-0 spade break on this one. But if we are, we will definitely spot the trend pretty quickly. So 3 of diamonds is the lead. Kind of a fun one. Well, make your play, guys. What do you want to play on this one? And I'm actually, I'm having a cocktail tonight, and I just had one of these in my fridge, and I don't know. These are delicious. They're called High Noons, and it's only my first cocktail of the night, so don't worry. I'm not playing under any influence. Yeah, it's interesting. It's hard to know what West has. The jack is very tempting because if this is a kind of a normal-ish lead from the West player, this is a spot where they would pretty frequently lead 4th best, knowing we're kind of at the 1 level. They don't frequently lead away from honors. I can say that David's putting that in there. It is a 1-level contract, though, so a lot of times they might just make a normal kind of no-trumpy type lead here. I could play either one of these. I think in no trump, I would play the jack pretty much 100% of the time. Against a suit contract, I would pretty much consider the jack a lot of the time. And if this is wrong, oh well, right? It's right. Okay, good. We bought this. And now if they're breaking evenly, we might even do better here. So it looks like they did lead kind of 4th best on this one away from the queen. Notice that if we had any other spot cards, like let's say I had the 9 in my hand, or the 10 for that matter, obviously, I would play low for sure. But even the 9 in my hand, I would probably play low because now I might pick off another very useful card. Here, this looks like either this or diamonds being 3-3 is the only way I'm taking an extra trick. And here, when the first one wins, maybe we take all the tricks in this one if we're super lucky. Notice a priority on this hand. What's a priority at some point? Not now. But what do we have to do at some point during the play of this hand? There's something we're going to have to do. And I'm not talking about draw trump. We're going to draw trump now. But what do we have to make sure we remember to do at some point? Take a look. It's very important to spot these things early when we're declaring, guys. Even at the 1 level, right? We want to do the best we can. Yeah, good. David and Gary are right on it in the chat. At some point, and again, if the ace of clubs wasn't in dummy, it now would be the point. But the ace of clubs is over there. So at some point, we just have to recognize when we get back to that dummy, we need to lead a heart towards our king, right? Because that's the only way we're going to take a trick with that one. We can't be leading it from our hand. We have to lead from dummy. But here, knowing we're there now, it's not a priority yet because the ace of clubs is still over there. So at this point, we're just going to draw a couple rounds of trump. There's 1. There's 2. Should I draw the 3rd round, guys? Talk to me. Yes or no? Do I draw the 3rd round? Talk to me. No. And I will grant you this. On this hand, you have the flexibility to do whatever you want. However, I want to keep you guys in good habits and good bridge. We do not draw the last trump when there's 1 trump left out there and it's theirs, meaning we know they have this winning trick. We leave the trumps out there. That will draw itself in some way, or later on when we're forced to, we'll play our trump. The reason we do it this way is we don't want to waste, especially when we have trumps on both sides of the table, we don't want to waste our trumps to draw a card that they're always taking, right? So we don't have to waste that. And we want to be as efficient as possible with our good cards. So now we could test diamonds, right? And here, remember, we're gonna keep the King of Hearts in our back pocket as something that we're strategically gonna plan to do. But now, okay, let's play this last diamond here. That's pretty nice. And there's the rough right there. They've roughed. And now this is our opportunity. Don't miss the opportunity. Low to the king. Notice I'm not playing the 10, the 9, or the 8. I need the ace to be to my right. If it's not there, I'm just gonna lose this trick. Take a look. Don't get freaked out when you see results like this, right? Oh my God, we're in 1 spade making 4? What happened in our auction? This was terrible. Well, nothing really bad happened except maybe the North player, who's a robot, might take a call once in a while with an ace and an outside jack and these nice intermediate cards, but we know that they didn't at the other table. So we can expect that this is exactly what happened at the other table. And this is cool. I don't know how much imps you guys are playing these days, but the cool thing about team events, and especially like the team trials that are going on right now, you're thinking not necessarily a ton, but during the match, you're kind of gauging, the likelihood of you gaining and losing in certain spots, right? So here on this board, when I look at this and I kind of contemplate it afterwards, I can say I don't have to worry about this one being a problem, right? Unless something super weird is happening at the other table that I can't control, right? But here, obviously knowing who the opponents and the partners are, we're pretty great. So diamonds were 3-3, and yeah, exactly. Another very good thing here is think about what we needed to happen for us to even make 10 tricks, right? The diamonds were 3-3. They led away from their queen third of diamonds, giving us the trick. The heart wasn't on side, so I guess everything couldn't be right. But this was the first time we didn't get a 0 break on the trump suit as well. So yeah, of course, game is a terrible contract. But what I'm saying is we never want a result at the bridge table, right? We don't want to see something, oh my God, why didn't I get to game? You don't have to be there, especially with hands like this where it's just a luck type situation where we're able to make that game. All right, make your bid in the chat, guys. What are you going to bid with this hand? This is a kind of a fun one, actually. Yeah. Anam with fuss. That's definitely very nice. My father was a big proponent of that quote. We play bridge, we don't play results. Right? So we want to make the best bridge decision as possible, and if the result ends up being subpar, there's, if we feel good about our decision, there's nothing we're going to do about it. Right? Same as poker. Like if I play a hand perfectly in poker and someone gets very lucky and wins a pot against me, I don't have a problem with it, really. So this is interesting. I see some 3-0 bidders in there, and I like that almost always, except for one tiny detail. What if partner has like an unbalanced 15 or 16 with good clubs? Okay. 3-0 should be 13 to 15 balanced with no 4-card major. I have a solid 16, and in a robot tournament, I know my partner doesn't have more than 16. But I can construct a lot of 15-point hands, especially hands that have short hearts that I want to play 6 clubs in. Right, so in this point, I'm not terribly worried about a heart stopper here. I know we have a lot of values, so us making 9 tricks seems like it's a possibility. But I don't think we want to rush to judgment either. Is there a bid we can make that will get us at least some information before we make a decision? Can you guys think of it? I saw Rich in there with it. And Gary from Learn to Play Bridge in Singapore as well. Yeah, this is the inverted minor astute raise. And this is a weird one because we don't really have the ideal shape for this, right? We're usually going to want to be unbalanced or have more clubs. But here we're kind of using this just to make sure we're not going to miss a slam, basically. That's the only reason I'm using it here, to be honest. You could convince me to bid 3-0 trump with a real partner a lot of times as well here. But here, just to be safe, I know my partner's not going to really biff this, so I'm just going to kind of bid 2 clubs. And when they bid 2-0, they're not showing anything terrific, right? But they're certainly not showing a total minimum. Oh, and here we bought a really nice lead. We bought a heart lead, and notice we let our partner bid 3-0, or bid no trump first. We're getting a heart lead towards this hand, which is a very, very nice victory. So take a second, folks. Give me a winner count when you get a chance in the chat. How many winners can you count right now? And what I mean by winners is cards that are going to take tricks at this particular moment. Yeah. So the lead automatically gives us 3 heart tricks, right? So there's 3 heart tricks here because I'm going to play the 10 from dummy, right? Once I play this card, either they're going to play the queen and the jack will be good, or they're going to play low and I'm going to win the 10 and then the ace and the king, right? So we have 3 hearts, 1 spade is 4, 2 clubs is 6, 2 diamonds is 8. That is a pretty good starting spot, right? So what suit do you think we're going to play first? In fact, let me complete trick 1. We're going to play the 10 of hearts. Okay, good. That held. And we see the 8 and the 6. Nothing really terrific there, but we at least have won this trick. What suit do you guys want to play next? And I guess the better way to say that is, where is our safest destination to search for our 9th trick? Because that's what we want to get to first, and that's the goal every time. We're trying to get to our contract, right? So once we get to 9, we can search for 10, right? And maybe when we get to 10, we can search for 11, and so on and so forth. But here, we're just trying to get 9, and I love what we're seeing in the chat. We want to play clubs, and we want to play clubs in the most efficient way. Again, we have 8 of them. So first things first, we're going to guard against the short queen. So we're going to cash the ace. And we're doing this just, if we see the queen, boom, we've just taken our 9th trick now and we've seen it. Now, though, once the queen is gone, we're going to take a finesse. Sorry, the queen has not been played. We're going to take a finesse for that queen, okay? We're going to do that by just transporting over to the hand. I'm going to use a heart, guys. I know that's the suit they led, but this is also the reason I'm leading it. It's the suit I'm least likely to have extra tricks in, and I'm not really unburdening this suit of all the stoppers, right? I still have stoppers, and now I'm even in a cooler position because when I take this club finesse towards the West player, even if it loses, right, they're not going to be able to hurt me in the heart suit, right, because they just showed out of that. So now I'm going to play, I don't know, we'll play one of these. Oh, okay, so we see that we're not getting our extra trick, at least from this play, right? So at this point, the question is, what do you want to do? All right, you let a club from your hand, and they pitched a diamond on your right. Make your play. So it looks like we're gonna end play one person or the other on this hand. And what I mean by that is we have a lot of knowledge as to who has what, right? We know right-hand opponents start with 5 hearts and only 1 club, right? Too bad it wasn't the 6 stiff queen, but it was the stiff 9. So they're looking over there with some cards in those suits and then other cards outside, right? So being in diamonds and spades. We're not sure where these honors are, but at this point, I wouldn't necessarily want to win this, because what do I do next, right? I guess I could win the king of clubs and lead a low spade towards my queen, but if I play low, what are West's options? Let's ask that. What are West's options if I play low here? All right, West has 2 options, 3. They can lead a club, give us our 9th trick. They can lead a diamond and give us kind of at least an early look at this suit finesse-wise. Or they could lead a spade and give us a guess in that suit. The problem is we're guessing every time, right? We have guesses all over the place. And let's just make sure, it's been a while since the auction. Okay, nobody bid anything on this one, right? So the problem is if we win, we're going to end up just having to guess one of these suits, right? And if we play low, we're going to have that same guess, right? So I don't mind playing low and letting them choose. And honestly, sometimes they'll choose a club here. They chose a diamond, which isn't bad for us. And now we get another little finesse here. So I'll play low. There is not the best card that we wanted to see, but this still doesn't mean we're in terrible territory. Now make your play, guys. This is going to be a weird one towards the end. So once again, we still kind of know what's happening here. This player to the west has the clubs. This player has the hearts. The diamond position is unknown at this point, right? We can't know exactly what's happening in the diamond suit. But now we have another way to kind of take a little test here, right? We can lead a low spade. We could also, I don't know, cash the king of clubs and lead a club, but now we're end playing north. We could also maybe take a diamond finesse, right? And if that doesn't work, we still have ways to end play our opponents at some point here. I am a fan of like a diamond finesse here, possibly. You could count me in on that, because here's the thing: if it wins, we have 9 tricks. If it loses and they exit a heart, now we have to cash the ace of diamonds, and then we can throw in West and make them lead a spade to us. But I mean, none of this is without risk. And to be honest, I'm a little non-committal here because I'm scared of my play. I'm scared of what's going to be right, because this is a total guess basically at this point. Right? The club play, well, no, we're not going to ever play a club unless we want to end play West to lead spades, right? So at the end, if let's say we took a diamond finesse and it lost and we were forced to do something, well, we know we can throw West in with a club, right? Yeah, good, Gary. Let's count the points that we've seen so far. Well, in the heart suit, we know that East has the queen of that suit, correct? And we also understand that West has the queen of clubs. East showed up with just the 10 of diamonds. I mean, they didn't have a ton of points to begin with. So counting the points isn't necessarily going to get us to any sort of certainty either. I'm going to take a diamond finesse. And we're going to fall back on maybe, okay, so we're okay. All right, we took 9. right, but now let's see what's happening here. Okay, left-hand opponent out of that suit. All right, and here we could just now play the ace of hearts. And we're gonna kind of do the same sort of thing we were thinking of doing to begin with. We're gonna throw this player in, let them cash, and now they have to lead a spade. Right, so this is what we were talking about earlier. And here we're guessing where the king is. I guess we could go either way. We'll try that. And we guessed it wrong. This player might have both the king and the jack. Okay, good. So this one didn't matter. All right, so as you can see, yeah, if Gavin was here, we would have taken probably 10 extra minutes and still probably gotten it right as well. But in this one, let me get over to the results here. We just were kind of trying to get to 9, right? And you can see how hard it might be sometimes when you don't get there right away. We only needed one more trick, but it took us quite a while. If the diamond finesse had lost, we weren't out of the woods because we can rely on that play you just saw at the end. Or we could reverse it and maybe throw them in with spades and have them lead a club, right? But in this one, we knew at least they had that card. And they had that result. So here, yeah, not too bad for the results. You would expect... you would expect to be doing okay here. I mean, nothing's bad. We haven't done anything spectacular yet, and we haven't done anything terrible yet either. So we're in a good spot. We have 4 more boards to go. And another just tip I'll give you for any bridge event you play in is try to be emotionally flat throughout, right? So it's very difficult and it's impossible, as you can see. Gavin and I probably get more excited about good boards when we play them than we should. But really, for the most part, you just want to be okay. That was good. Act like you've been there and get in there and take some more plus scores as you go. So, David, thank you very much. Don't reward me yet, but I appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. And now I will have you guys make your bid. A club, a heart on your right. Make your bid in the chat. What are you bidding with this hand? Thank you, David. We'll try to make you proud. Enjoy your dinner over there. It's Arizona time. I like it, Stephanie. Exactly. We don't get too excited with really good hands, right? We just bid normally. And we bid 1 spade, and it's even more descriptive here because 1 spade is going to show 5 or more spades. Very crucial that we have to understand that if I wanted to show 4 spades, I would make a negative double, right? So if I had 4 spades exactly, I would double. So here I bid 1 spade, and it's 6+ total points. And, okay. So 3 hearts to our left, pass back to us. I want you guys to make your call. This is a fun one. I don't even know what I'm going to do, to be honest. But I have a pretty good idea. What call do you want to make with this hand? So 3 hearts is preemptive. Very good question in the chat. It's a bad hand with a 4-card raise. And judging from the colors here, our left-hand opponent is not vulnerable. Our opponents are not vulnerable. We are. So this is a spot where they're going to be pretty aggressive with their good fits. And here, yeah, I would double. I want to, and here it actually is going to take this as 5+ spades. I just want partner to choose. I'm a little worried in these cases where we might miss no trump, but I'm not terribly worried knowing how many hearts does partner have maximum, guys? How many hearts does partner have maximum? And recognize that 3 heart bid is always at least a 9-card fit, right? It's based on the law of total tricks. So here we certainly want to get partner to bid, right? And there we go. We found 4 spades. Partner may even have a 4-card holding here for possibilities, and I'm tempted to want to explore further, knowing what partner's looking at, right? Well, let's think about it. Can you construct some hands where partner has kind of a minimum opening bid and you can make a slam in spades? Can you guys do that? It's a very interesting hand. I'm a little Unless East, I mean, the only problem here is East sometimes might overcall a 4-card suit. So this is one of those times where partners might be tabling 2 cards in the heart suit, which is gross. But I guess it's possible. I want to try to bid a slam here. I don't know if we're going to, but let me ask you this. What call would you make if you were going to try to bid a slam here? Let's ask that question. Yeah, you guys are bringing up some good hands. Think of this. We know we're pretty confident they have a singleton heart. Again, the robots overcalling 4-card suits is a small concern. And I only say that because if East is overcalled the 4-card suit, we should be absolutely confident West has 4 hearts. So at this point, if I were to make a try for slam, I would just have to bid 4 no trump. And the reason is I should understand I'm not off 2 quick losers, right? I'm not going to lose more than 1 heart, presumably if partner has a singleton, which we expect them. And I only have 1 club in my hand. So picture a hand that has, I don't know, ace king of clubs, singleton small heart, queen of spades, right? Queen of diamonds. That's like an 11 count, I guess, that we could make a pretty good slam on. So I got to ask you guys. I'm gonna ask you, slam or no slam? Okay. I am not sure. And what I mean by slam or no slam, I'm gonna ask you this. I want you to just tell me if you want to try for slam. Yes. Click slam, and if you don't, no slam. I'm not making these decisions alone. I refuse. I don't like playing alone. I'm drinking alone, obviously, but I don't like playing alone. I want some company here. So, yeah, Andrew, Anam would say you guys are all being chumpy. You guys bid that slam, but honestly, I think, yeah. And Stephanie, you bring up a very good point. I think we're unlikely to be unsafe at the 5 level. The only hand you really hate is partner tabling like 3 small spades and the singleton like king of hearts or something ridiculous like that. Like that would be awful. Okay. Yeah, that's saving final. Yes. So I'm going to release the results, and it's a resounding, I mean, you guys put your bidding shoes on. I'm happy about that. It's like 77% to bid a slam. So let's continue. All right, let's continue. And just for those of you watching afterwards, it's the audience's fault if we go down. so let's bid 4 no trump. Let's see what partner does. Okay, 5 diamonds. That's 1 or 4 key cards. That is exactly 1 key card, right? So can we continue? Should we continue? And is there a way? Should we still look for slam is my question. So let me give you the lowdown. You can play slam, or at least if you think it's possible you're going to have slam, you can play slam with a minimum of 4 key cards and the queen of trump. Okay, so if you have that number of key cards, you can definitely play slam if you think you have, if you think you're in the ballpark of making it. However, anything less than that, and you should sign off. Right, so if partner has 1 key card, how many do we have in our own hand? Remember, spades is trump. Yeah, partner must have the ace of clubs or the ace of hearts, and I would get it rates to be the ace of clubs, right? Okay, so at this point, what I do as a bidder, I sit there and I say, okay, partner has 1. I have ace of clubs, king of spades, ace of spades, king of spades, ace of diamonds. That's 3 key cards. So we have 4. I don't know if we can play slam yet because I need to know about the queen. This is how I ask. 5 hearts says, hey, partner, I am making this next available bid after your response. That's not the trump suit. And I'm asking you if you have the queen of our agreed upon trump suit. 5 no trump is something the robot uses to say, hey, partner, I have the queen, but I don't have any lower kings, right? So he doesn't have like the king of clubs, which is fine. That's actually awesome for us. It's amazing that partner just denied the king of clubs. You guys see why? We love this. I love that partner doesn't have the king of clubs. I'm in love with this play. Because we have the king of clubs, basically, right? We have a singleton club. him not having wasted values in that suit, 3 points that would technically be wasted, means that he's likely to have that diamond card that we're hoping he has. And now we're going to bid 6 spades because we're kind of forced to. And we're going to pray we got this right. This is like, and look at this beautiful hand that partner has. This is amazing. This is why we think about the hands before we bid. It's going to be an easy one to play for us. We hope nothing. We hope nothing insane is happening in any of these side suits. But as you can see, we're going to have to. We'll draw some trump, but we'll rough this small, and we'll hope we're not getting a 4-0. In fact, I probably should have guarded for that, but whatever. Now we can rough, and we are home free, folks. Done. Trump's even broke. They were super friendly to us. We will take plus 1430 to the bank, folks. Yes, yes, yes. And that is in your face Robot Town. So this is it's a cool hand to think about because it really gets you to understand that, look at that north hand. That's an 11 count. And how happy were we to see this hand come down? I mean, you saw how happy I was. I was ecstatic, right? Because I knew from the auction that we're looking at a singleton heart, and now with them not having wastage in clubs, it's even better, right? So we're a little lucky that partner has, the values that they have and the cards that they have, but that's why we looked, right? Because it was possible. Having shortness was almost perfect for this south hand, right? And the reason I say that is we would love to have 3 small hearts, right? So we had 2 points of wastage ourselves, but when we have quick tricks outside and we know partner has some sort of shape that's helpful for us and we already have a stiff club over here, we are quite well off, and we're at a 27-point slam. And yeah, north open light, but it's a hand I would open 100% of the time. That's a nice rule of 20. It's a good hand to be opening all the time because you're kind of building in shape to your values, which is important, right? Having that extra shape is really, really good. All right, we still have more to go, guys. Don't worry. You can learn on these next 3 boards as well. So let's get back to the action. Well, let's see what we're doing with this one. Interesting. It looks kind of like partner's hand, except a little better, right? Queen, jack, queen, jack. But we're just going to open this a club, guys, and we'll hope partner bids a major. There it is. I'll make your bid. A club passes spade, your call. Yeah, exactly. David, if High Noon is watching, you can sponsor this broadcast. Just send me like a 4-pack every week. I'm not a big drinker, but I like one of these once in a while. And honestly, I think maybe this had like a small percentage push into slam, Yeah, very good. It's close to wanting to jump to 3 spades, but think of this range as like 12 to 15, okay? If you had 16 to 18, you would bid 3 spades. You're close, but you're not quite there. And even with these nice values, it's okay to bid 2 and then accept any invitation that partner throws your way. But partner doesn't, so now we just get to play 2 spades, and we should be pretty happy with this one. All right, take a second. Get a lay of the land. Not as beautiful as our last hand, but they can't all be slams. Yeah, Gary, very good. We're like 2.5 spade bid on the last hand, maybe 2.6 or 7. Very close to 3, but not quite. Yeah, Gary is exactly right in Singapore. All right, so this hand is very much like one we saw earlier. We are going to try to take our trumps individually again, because you can see we're short on both sides of the table, and which is why the robots are doing a pretty damn good job of getting off to the right lead here. I'm very excited about giving that diamond suit a chance, and also I'm not too upset if I get to maybe take a heart roughing finesse at some point, and I'll talk to you guys about that when it gets here. But here, we're clearly just going to play low, and this is awesome. We're very happy we get to win this trick, number one. This is good and bad, and maybe they get to play ace of spades spade later, which is not great for us, but at this point, I'm going to try to get my roughs in. And here's the key to knowing what suit to lead. I would love to lead diamonds first, but playing low from dummy didn't give me the opportunity to do that. And honestly, I'm not going to lead diamonds now because I want to lead them. I'm in the wrong side of the table. And here I can accomplish something just as important. I can void the north hand of hearts instead. And I'm going to do that right now just by leading a low heart. I would love to see an honor in the East player's hand. Unfortunately not. Here, we just want to make sure we force an honor out. And what? Okay. Unexpected victory here. And now we're going to take advantage of this. Make your play. This is so weird. So weird that they did this. But we're gonna try to take advantage of it. Make your play. They ducked. Well, by the way, if you haven't seen this, you haven't played enough bridge, this will happen. And it's people getting cute. Usually it's East playing second hand low, which is normal. And usually it's West deciding to duck for some reason, like thinking that this is a good play for them, which is clearly not. Right? So at this point, I wanted to play a diamond, to be honest, before this, but now I might get to ruff all three of these hearts. So I'm going to get to that business. When they make a mistake, don't commit to a line of play until you see what they do, right? Super important. And can the robots misclick? I don't know if you call it a misclick, but the robots can definitely make mistakes just like human beings are, which is why, I'm a robot lover. I think the robots are amazing on bridge base because they're kind of human in a way. I wish they led better. I wish they led more straightforwardly. But they clearly make mistakes, and here we have to be recognizing that now is the time to take advantage of these mistakes. So here we rough that. And we play a club, right? We want to get the dummy very quickly so we can do this very quickly again. There's a heart. We rough that. And now we're just getting the best of all worlds here. Now we're going to get to take a trick with that king of spades over there, maybe. Yeah, there it is. And, awesome. All right, so here, I don't know. I don't even want to play a diamond from this hand right now either, so I'm just going to exit a club. All right, maybe they do something fun for us in diamonds like this. All right, maybe they lead a diamond here. Oh. Okay. Well, this proves a very important concept. Just take your tricks, right? Play what makes the most sense and do the best you can to take your tricks there. I could have done one better, to be honest. I got lazy at the end. If I played the jack of spades, we could make 4 here. Sorry, guys. But they helped us quite a bit already on that one. My goodness. So, yeah, it's exactly what we thought. They ducked the heart on our left, and West, with like a very flat hand, just decided to duck their heart, and it was a disaster for them. Right, it just gave us the ability to take all those extra spade tricks. And again, I'll show you where I made the mistake, guys. This is terrible. This is me just chattering on and not paying attention. Right here, this would have been so beautiful too. It was an extra. So the diamond, they give us this trick, which is sick. And now all I have to do is rough with the jack of spades, guys. And now he's end played. Right? Take a look. If I rough with the jack of spades, he over roughs with the ace, and now he has to lead from 10-4 into jack 8. I'm an idiot. I'm so bad. If we lose by 1 imp, I'm shutting the channel down. It's over. All right. This is just that is a classic speed/focus mistake. I was not focused. I made a mistake. It was terrible. All right, bad stuff. All right. Yeah, good point, Gary. Thank you. He could duck. He probably would, to be correct. So Gary's right. If I did play this and I play the jack, he can duck, but I still want to be right. I made the wrong play, right? I made the wrong play. I have to force my opponent to make the correct play. That's the real problem there. So thank you, Gary, for putting me out of my misery to a small degree there. I appreciate it, buddy. Yeah, I don't know. The robots should. It's obvious they should duck, right? If they're right, but who knows? I don't know if they would make it. Make your bid, guys. You're the South player. You opened the club. It went past. Your partner bid a heart and went 2 diamonds on your right. Make your call. What bid do you make? Yeah, if we win tonight, I'm gonna have to have a high noon every Tuesday evening. And again, sponsorship available. Yeah, this is a support double, guys. The robots play it, so we play it as well. We have a free opportunity to show partner a 3-card support in the heart suit, and we always do this. If we don't do it, we've denied it. Okay, unless sometimes you might choose to pass if you just have, let's say you open in third seat and you have a real bag of garbage, right? You might just forego this. But here, I'm just always going to show 3-card support. And now that I've done that, I have nothing else to say. We're going to defend this hand because we've opened the bidding, we've shown partner support, the opponents have competed to the 3 level, and we have nothing to say here. So we are absolutely out of this one. Now make your lead, folks. You're defending 2 diamonds. Make your lead. It's a fun one. Don't be afraid, by the way, in robot tournaments and or robot challenges, don't be afraid to defend. And those of you that watch the Wednesday morning tournament with us should see this often. When we get to defend, we are so much further ahead of the field than anyone else. Because honestly, mainly in spots because we've chosen to defend, right? Sometimes it's as simple as just saying, hey, I don't have a bid, I should defend. Whereas some people just can't, they can't stomach the robots declaring for some reason. I think they're stealing from them, which is silly. All right. Yeah, I could go either way. I could lead a small heart. I think the 7 of hearts is okay. Just kind of trying to get our tricks on the table. Queen of clubs, I'm down with as well, right? Queen of clubs might be good because maybe we get partner or rough sometimes, right? Because we do have a trump entry over here. So I could go either way. I'm going to lead the queen of clubs because I'm going to try to be maybe a little bit more aggressive with this one, especially because I expect that we'll get in with this trick right here. And we're going to get in again. They're playing a relatively low contract and we have some tricks. But here, if I lead a club, I may be able to shorten partner enough where we can get them rough. And if not, I can still, I have 2 ways it looks like that I'm going to be able to break hearts later. So I'm going to go a little more aggressive here and plunk this one down. And here, okay. So, okay. Dummy showed 5 clubs in partner. Let's just look at this last trick because they played it very quickly. Partner played the 5 and Declare played the 10. So, it looks like partner has 2. You would expect partner has 5-4. Declare could have 10-4 as well, but this is a spot where it looks like we found Declare shortness more likely than partners. But as you can see, they're playing a heart to the jack, and we're going to win our queen. What's Declare's modus operandi going to be here? And if you don't understand that language, what do you think Declare's strategy is going to be on this hand? And is there anything we can do to counter it? Yeah, it was pretty obvious from the very beginning, right? They're going to try to rough hearts in the dummy. And we would love to prevent that from happening, but what is the way we would be able to prevent it, and why can't we? We would, the standard way to prevent this is just leading diamonds, right? We would just lead diamonds, and we would try to keep them from roughing as many hearts as possible. The problem is we are very likely just compressing a diamond trick right away, right? We could play the king of diamonds and hope partner has maybe the ace or the queen or something, and we're not giving up a trick. But again, Declare can just win in rough. But it looks like if Declare has 2 clubs, there might be a shot, right? Because now, if we did draw some trump, now at least partner would rough that club on the way back, right? Maybe they wouldn't be able to get that. Hey, Kelly, welcome. All right, so this is kind of a tough one. Let's think about what we need. All right, we need to take 5 tricks, and it looks like, partner has, I don't know, partner probably has 5 hearts, I guess, on this, right? Unless East, East could have length and hearts as well. This is a weird one. We showed 3-card heart support. Partner could have 5 and just not enough to bid at the 3 level, which means Declare has still 4 of them, right? So I have a lot of work to do. I don't know. I'm going to sacrifice the diamond. I think this is probably our best play in the long run, especially if they can't get back to their hand quickly. Like, we hope partner with shortened clubs. Nah, okay. All right, so they're going to be able to rough at least a couple of these. And, now we just have to hope. Oh, good. They pitched on this one. That's amazing. We just hope partner has the queen of diamonds here. Oh, good. Okay. Not the worst. And there's our extra heart trick. And now we'll plunk down the jack of clubs. Just force them to rough there. And we'll pitch that club. Now we're just going to sit around and wait for our extra tricks. Here they come. Okay, great. And take a look. Our righty was 5-5. The problem was our partner responded with their best suit, basically. Take a look. All right, so this is a fun hand where they just had 5 hearts and 5 diamonds. All right, and it looked like partner had the cards that we needed for them. All right, if we let them rough more hearts, I guess we can always take 2 spades. 1 diamond is 3. We probably rate to take this down even if we don't lead a diamond, because we'll actually get that trick in return. But the thing is, they might even be able to finesse partner out of that queen, so who knows. Let's see what I don't know if you guys have seen this before, but if you're in the results screen, which is where I am right now, I'm going to go click this little blue burger up here. Can you guys see that? Yeah, the little spot. And I'm going to click show double dummy. This is a nice tool to see kind of what was possible at certain points in the hand. So when I click on this, I can see, okay, my best lead, it looks like, would have been a spade, right? Because that was guaranteed to get them down 1. You see how that is kind of in red there, and the rest of them are like equal signs. As I progress through this hand, you can see it says that declare can make this now if they play it a certain way. All right, so at this point we get in, and now you can see kind of it can lead you down the path. Now I want to caution you guys, this does not mean this is the way it should be played, right? This means that if you could see all 52 cards, this is the way that would this card would produce this number of tricks, either making or down, basically. Okay, all right, last chance to excel, guys. I think we're doing pretty well, and let me just flash you guys back to this screen. I mean, 7+ scores in a row without any disasters and a vulnerable slam. That's pretty damn good. I like it. Make your bid now, guys. 1 club by partner, your call. Make it. All right. I'm very happy that I'm seeing only 1 heart in the chat. No one's bidding 3 no trump, because that would deny a 4-card major. And even though we're flat and it seems like no trump might be our best spot, we have no idea what partner's hand is. So this is how we bid this. All right. Recognize that after 1 spade, what did I do? I bid 3 no trump. And the reason I bid 3 no trump is I don't have any doubt as to where we belong or how high. Okay, and the reason I know that is partner only rebid 1 spade. That's 12 to 17, that range we talked about earlier. And I know we don't have a fit in a major, right? So I don't need to use 4th suit forcing because I don't need any information. The times where I would bid 2 diamonds in this auction and use 4th suit forcing are those times where I still doubted where our best strain was. Right here, I have no doubts whatsoever. Okay, it's going to be a fun hand. We have, well, how many winners do we have, guys? Count them now. How many winners are we looking at? Always start there. Any no trump contract. You'll be amazed at how well you do if you just have that number in mind immediately. Yeah, exactly. We know partner has an opening hand. That's why we know the contract is game, and that's it. Yeah, I would always count this as 7. Right, and it might be 8. Even it might get to a lot more than that, but it's 7 now because the lead is going to give us at least 1 extra trick. The lead might give us 2 extra tricks. Who knows? But it'll give us at least 1 right now. So let's play this first trick, and I'm going to play the 10 just for no reason, really. Okay, we went over there, so we'll take that, and I'm gonna take a look at this right now in a safe way. And what I mean by that is, if we're going to let someone in after this opening lead, who do we want that person to be, if possible? As far as like where we think we're safe and where we're maybe not the safest. And what player can we safely place on lead? Let's put it that way. And the worry is and should be this position, right? We don't want East leading through us towards left-hand opponents' presumed strength, right? They're leading a low one here. We want West to do it. And we have ways in certain suits where West could be the likely person on lead. One of those suits might not jump out to you, but it's spades. Spades happens to be a suit that could provide extra tricks just because of the length that's in that suit. We have 7 cards in that suit. And I can maybe get left-hand opponent on lead here, or at least try to set up a spade trick and do both of those things. And what I mean by that is I'm going to play a low spade towards my ace 9, and I'm hoping East plays something below the 9. If they do, I'll play the 9. And all I'm doing is letting West win a trick, which is safe for us. And I now am at the opportunity where later on we can play the ace of spades, the king of spades, and if they're breaking evenly, we've set up one extra trick without doing too much. If East plays like the 10, the jack, or the queen, we'll win, and then we'll have options from this side of the table as well. So we're starting from dummy. I'm just going to lead a low spade. I'm hoping for a low card. Okay, so usually the robots are onto this sort of play, and they'll split their honors. I would expect the jack and the queen to both be in that player's hand. So I'm going to win the ace just because I definitely don't want that player on lead. But now I think it's time that we just have to play a suit to take a finesse, right? So, and we're going to do that right now. And here, I know I'm letting my right-hand opponent on lead, but what am I supposed to do? Right? That's the time where I have to take a finesse in that position, and I just did so. And now here comes the diamond. Unfortunate. We knew that was going to happen, though. Here comes a diamond. I'm going to pitch a club. It's the one that's least likely to be a trick at this point. And now that we have that done, right, we see that the East player is showing that they have a diamond, which isn't the worst, right? Now if we lose this spade, which I expect to, ooh, this is beautiful, okay? I'm setting up an extra trick right now. And now if this person has a diamond, they only have one left in each hand. And if they didn't, it would mean they would have to switch. So let's hope we're getting lucky here. Here we pitch a club. And now we're going to play ace of hearts. We're going to take that good spade. And we're going to hope hearts are breaking. And they are. We could have taken a heart finesse there, but we played for the break. And there's our 9 tricks. And my goodness. I mean, if the robot beat us here, the robot's amazing, right? We have to give props to the robot. Pretty close match, though. Wow, 13-3, not too shabby for us, and pretty good for the robot. Look at that slam. My goodness, check this out. All right, I'm gonna get to our challenge here so I can get us to the results screen, and there we go. And let's see this entire. So first board, yeah, they just bid a normal game. Here on board number 2, where we played 2 hearts, the robot table, that's the auction we thought they might have. Take a look at that. What a win for our no trump opening bid. So board 2, we opened 1 no trump, and partner transferred us and passed. Here, our robot opponent opened a heart, and like we talked about, North bid 4 hearts. Here is the win for playing something preemptive right away. This North hand, in my opinion, is not a 4 heart bid. I would hope I had a preemptive bid available in my system. If you play something called Bergen raises, 1-3 of a major can now be your preemptive raise, and that's what I probably would have targeted with this particular hand. But we get very lucky here that our no trump opening bid on our table, here's our auction, we got to play 2 hearts and we won 7 imps on this one. 3 no trump. Great, we got to that. Let's see what their auction was on this one. This is awesome. Honestly, the robot did a great job. And look at this. When a club, a heart, a spade, 3 hearts. Okay, so they bid 3 no trump with our hand. What's that? And then partner corrected to 4 spades. And then, yeah, they have weird control bidding sequences. So I'm not even going to show you the rest of this auction because it's kind of crazy. But I have to give the robots a heck of a lot of credit. They actually got to a really tough slam that we were pretty proud of, actually. So, and here, 3 diamonds. We beat their diamond contract, and they made it at their table. So we did very well on defense. And once again, that's the beauty of these sorts of things. It's perfectly fine to defend. Notice that was our second best result, was just defending on this one. And the last board, they did even better than we did. They actually took 2 over tricks. Wow, wow, wow. All right, very cool. Let's see. I'm starting to teach my own beginners group in Poland tomorrow. Oh, that is terrific. Anybody that teaches beginner bridge has a special place in my heart. I have talked about and have so many plans for beginner sessions here on YouTube, and I hope to be starting those very soon when I find the time to do that. I hope I can provide some helpful materials because anyone that wants to teach this game from the beginning is going to have a fun ride, but it might be a little challenging. So anything I can do to help, I will do my best for. Guys, thank you so much for joining. Crack them open if you got them. I'm going to have a celebratory finish of this cocktail, and I'm going to report a victory over the robots tonight. You'll see this again next week. I'm alone again next week, and tomorrow morning you'll see me solo playing a tournament to try to keep my winning streak alive in that scenario as well. Don't forget, tomorrow afternoon, 3:30 p.m. Eastern time, is the bridge quiz live on bridgelesson.com, where you get a ton of reps on the topic of the day, which, let me see, what is tomorrow? Tomorrow, I believe, is raising in competition. I don't know. Let me see. This is our site here. I can't remember. I don't even know what day is here. Okay, sorry. Tomorrow is doubles practice. Even better. Doubles practice is one of the most important things you can actually look at because it's something that's going to come up so often. Competitive auctions are really, really normal to see. So if you guys want to take a look at that and have some notes and some quiz questions afterwards, sign up for that and you'll be able to see it live or on replay. And until next time, I will see you guys later. May all of your finesses be victorious until the next time. And I will see you guys either here or at the virtual tables out there. Take care, guys. Have fun.